Music Theory 1 Part 9 with Odessa Balan. More on the building blocks of music. Earlier in this series, you learned about the different kinds of notes, clefs, and time signatures. You learned about the circle of fourths and fifths, the major keys and their relative minors. You also learned about intervals, chords, and closely related sharp keys. Now it's time to look at closely related flat keys and how to harmonize songs. Closely related key signatures, flats. In Part 2 of this series, you learned about the circle of fourths for the flat key signatures. As we go around this circle, it is important to notice each key signature and the keys on either side of each key signature. For example, if we look at F major, we will notice that C major is right before F major and B flat major is right after F major. There is only one note that is different between F major and C major, and that's B flat. There is only one note that is different between F major and B flat major, and that's E flat. Let's look at some other closely related flat key signatures. B flat major is closely related to F major, only one note is different, and that's E flat, and E flat major, only one note is different, A flat. E flat major is closely related to B flat major, only one note is different, A flat, and A flat major, only one note is different, D flat. A flat major is closely related to E flat major, only one note is different, D flat, and D flat major, only one note is different, G flat. More closely related flat key signatures. D flat major is closely related to A flat major, only one note is different, G flat, and G flat major, only one note is different, C flat. G flat major is closely related to D flat major, only one note is different, C flat, and C flat major, only one note is different, F flat. Closely related key signatures, flats. Let's look at how closely related scales of the flat key signatures have notes that are overlapping. We have the descending C major scale, and the descending F major scale. The last four notes of the C major descending scale are the first four notes of the F major descending scale. There is only one note that is different between these two scales, and that's B flat. Let's look at the F major scale and the B flat major scale. We have the F major scale, and we have the B flat major scale. The last four notes of the F major descending scale are the first four notes of the B flat major descending scale. Only one note is different, E flat. Let's look at the B flat major scale and the E flat major scale. We have the B flat major scale, and we have the E flat major scale. The last four notes of the B flat major descending scale are the first four notes of the E flat major descending scale. Only one note is different, A flat. Let's look at the E flat major scale and the A flat major scale. We have the E flat major scale, and we have the A flat major scale. The last four notes of the E flat major descending scale are the first four notes of the A flat major descending scale. Only one note is different, D flat. Let's look at the A flat major scale and the D flat major scale. We have the A flat major scale, and we have the D flat major scale. The last four notes of the A flat major descending scale are the first four notes of the D flat major descending scale. Only one note is different, G flat. Let's look at the D flat major scale and the G flat major scale. We have the D flat major scale, and we have the G flat major scale. The last four notes of the D flat major descending scale are the first four notes of the G flat major descending scale. Only one note is different, C flat. Let's look at the G flat major scale and the C flat major scale. We have the G flat major scale, and we have the C flat major scale. The last four notes of the G flat major descending scale are the first four notes of the C flat major descending scale. Only one note is different, F flat. Notice the pattern? The one note that is different between the first scale and the next scale is always the fourth note of the next scale in line in flat key signatures. The fourth note of each flat scale after C major is the flat that is added to the key signature as the number of flats per key go up in number. So the different note between C major and F major is B flat, which is the fourth note of the F major scale. It is also the first flat in the order of flats. The different note between F major and B flat major is E flat, which is the fourth note of the B flat major scale, and the second flat added in the order of flats. It is also the name of the next key in line, which is E flat major, and so on. Pop quiz, please pause the video to see if you can answer these questions correctly. Don't worry, the answers are on the next slide. How did you do? Did you get all the answers right? Shared chords. Closely related keys also have chords that are the same in both keys. Let's look at C major and F major. We have C major, and we have F major. Notice how the 4 chord in C major, which is the F major chord, is the 1 chord in F major. The 6 chord in C major, which is the A minor chord, is the 3 chord in F major. The 1 chord in C major, which is the C major chord, is the 5 chord in F major. The 2 chord in C major, which is the D minor chord, is the 6 chord in F major. Let's look at F major and B flat major. We have F major, and we have B flat major. The 4 chord in F major, which is the B flat major chord, is the 1 chord in B flat major. The 6 chord in F major, which is the D minor chord, is the 3 chord in B flat major. The 1 chord in F major, which is the F major chord, is the 5 chord in B flat major. The 2 chord in F major, which is the G minor chord, is the 6 chord in B flat major. Let's look at B flat major and E flat major. We have B flat major, and we have E flat major. The 4 in B flat major, which is the E flat major chord, is the 1 in E flat major. The 6 in B flat major, which is the G minor chord, is the 3 in E flat major. The 1 in B flat major, which is the B flat major chord, is the 5 in E flat major. And the 2 in B flat major, which is the C minor chord, is the 6 in E flat major. Let's look at E flat major and A flat major. We have E flat major, and we have A flat major. The 4 in E flat major, which is the A flat major chord, is the 1 in A flat major. The 6 in E flat major, which is the C minor chord, is the 3 in A flat major. The 1 in E flat major, which is the E flat major chord, is the 5 in A flat major. The 2 in E flat major, which is the F minor chord, is the 6 in A flat major. Let's look at A flat major and D flat major. We have A flat major, and we have D flat major. The 4 in A flat major, which is the D flat major chord, is the 1 in D flat major. The 6 in A flat major, which is the F minor chord, is the 3 in D flat major. The 1 in A flat major, which is the A flat major chord, is the 5 in D flat major. And the 2 in A flat major, which is the B flat minor chord, is the 6 in D flat major. Let's look at D flat major and G flat major. We have D flat major, and we have G flat major. The 4 in D flat major, which is the G flat major chord, is the 1 in G flat major. The 6 in D flat major, which is the B flat minor chord, is the 3 in G flat major. The 1 in D flat major, which is the D flat major chord, is the 5 in G flat major. And the 2 in D flat major, which is the E flat minor chord, is the 6 in G flat major. Let's look at G flat major and C flat major. We have G flat major, and we have C flat major. The 4 chord in G flat major, which is the C flat major chord, is the 1 chord in C flat major. The 6 chord in G flat major, which is the E flat minor chord, is the 3 chord in C flat major. The 1 chord in G flat major, which is the G flat major chord, is the 5 chord in C flat major. And the 2 chord in G flat major, which is the A flat minor chord, is the 6 chord in C flat major. Notice the pattern? As we go through the circle of fourths, each major flat key shares chords with the next major flat key in line. The 4 chord in the first key becomes the 1 chord in the next key. The 6 chord of the first key becomes the 3 chord of the next key. The 1 chord of the first key becomes the 5 chord of the next key, and the 2 chord of the first key becomes the 6 chord of the next key. Pop quiz. Please pause the video to see if you can answer these questions correctly. Don't worry, the answers are on the next slide. How did you do? Did you get all the answers right? Primary chords. In parts 7 and 8 of this series, you learned that when using chords to harmonize melodies, there are 3 chords that are most used. Those chords are called the primary chords, or the primary triads, which are 1, 4, and 5, or the tonic, subdominant, and the dominant. Here are the primary chords in C major. We have the 1 chord, or the tonic, C major. We have the 4 chord, or the subdominant, F major. We have the 5 chord, or the dominant, G major. Back to the 1 chord, or the tonic, C major. Applying what we learned to a song. Let's take a look at the opening measures of May's song. What key is it in? How can you tell? When looking at any piece, we first look at the clef, then the key signature, and then the time signature. It is in treble clef. There are 2 flats, B flat and E flat, and the C at the beginning means common time, or 4/4. 2 flats means it is either in B flat major or G minor. We can make this distinction between B flat major or G minor by taking a closer look at the notes. It begins on B flat and ends on B flat, the major tonic note. The notes in between are all part of the B flat major scale, but not in the order of the scale. It is in the key of B flat major. When we look at the first measure, we see that it is B flat D F B. Therefore, the B flat major chord can harmonize this measure, the tonic or the 1 chord, B flat D F. When we look at the second measure, we see that it is G, B flat, G, F. Therefore, we can harmonize G and B flat with the E flat major chord, the second inversion of the subdominant or 4 chord, B flat, E flat, G, and the F with the B flat major chord, the tonic or 1 chord, B flat, D, F. And it sounds like this. When we look at the third measure, we see that it is E flat, F, D, B flat. Therefore, we can harmonize the E flat and F with an E flat major chord, the subdominant or 4 chord, E flat, G, B flat, and the D with the B flat major chord, the tonic or 1 chord, B flat, D, F. When we look at the fourth measure, we see that it is C, B flat. Therefore, we can harmonize the C with an F major chord, the first inversion of the dominant or 5 chord, A, C, F, and the B flat with the B flat major chord, the tonic or 1 chord, B flat, D, F. And it sounds like this. Let's take a look at the opening measures of Long, Long Ago. What key is it in? How can you tell? When looking at any piece, we first look at the clef, then the key signature, and then the time signature. It is in treble clef. There are 4 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat, and the C at the beginning means common time, or 4/4. 4 flats means it is either in A flat major or F minor. We can make this distinction between A flat major and F minor by taking a closer look at the notes. It begins on A flat and ends on A flat, the major tonic note. The notes in between are all part of the A flat major scale, but not in the order of the scale. It is in the key of A flat major. When we look at the first measure, we see that it is A flat, B flat, C, C, D flat. Therefore, the chord should be 1, tonic or A flat major, 5, dominant or E flat major, back to 1, then the 4, subdominant or D flat major. When we look at the second measure, we see that it is E flat, F, E flat, C. Therefore, we can harmonize E flat with the A flat major chord, the tonic or 1 chord, A flat, C, E flat, and the F with the 4 chord, the second inversion of the subdominant or 4 chord, A flat, D flat, F, back to the tonic. When we look at the third measure, we see that it is E flat, D flat, C, B flat, C, B flat. Therefore, we can harmonize the E flat with an A flat major chord, the tonic or 1 chord, A flat, C, E flat, and the D flat with the D flat major chord, the second inversion of the subdominant or 4 chord, A flat, D flat, F, and the C with the tonic or 1 chord, the B flat with an E flat major chord, the first inversion of the dominant or 5 chord, G, B flat, E flat, and C with the tonic or 1 chord, and the B flat with the dominant or 5 chord. When we look at the fourth measure, we see that it is just A flat. Therefore, we can harmonize the A flat with an A flat major chord, the tonic or 1 chord, A flat, C, E flat, and it sounds like this. Pop quiz. Please pause the video to see if you can answer these questions correctly. Don't worry, the answers are on the next slide. How did you do? Did you get all the answers right? Is there a key change? Let's take a look at this little piece that has a key change. What key does it start in? How can you tell? When looking at any piece, we first look at the clef, then the key signature, and then the time signature. It is in treble clef. There is 1 flat, B flat, and the C at the beginning means common time, or 4/4. 1 flat, B flat, means that it is either in F major or D minor. We can make this distinction between F major or D minor by taking a closer look at the notes in the first measure. The first measure begins on F and ends on A. The notes in between are all part of the F major scale. It is in the key of F major. When we look at the second measure, we will notice that it goes C, B, C. B natural is not in the key of F major, but instead it is part of the previous key in line, C major, with no flats or sharps. The third measure starts in C major with C, E, C, E, D, E. Then the last 2 notes of the third measure are C, B flat. Going back to F major for the fourth measure with A, A, G, F. We can harmonize the first measure with an F major chord, the tonic or 1 chord, F, A, C, then a B flat major chord, the second inversion of the subdominant or 4 chord, F, B flat, D, back to the F major tonic chord. We can harmonize the second measure with a C major chord, the first inversion of the dominant or 5 of F major, E, G, C, and then go to the G major chord, the dominant or 5 of C major, G, B, D, and then the C major chord, the second inversion of the tonic or 1 chord in C major, G, C, E. And it sounds like this. We can harmonize the third measure with the C major chord, the second inversion of the tonic or 1 chord in C major, G, C, E, and then the G major chord, the dominant or 5 chord in C major, G, B, D, and then go to the second inversion of the tonic in C major, which is the dominant or 5 of F major, G, C, E, and then to the subdominant or 4 chord of F major, B flat, D, F. Then the fourth measure is back in F major with the tonic or 1 chord in F major, F, A, C, the first inversion of the dominant or 5 chord, E, G, C, ending on the tonic or 1 chord, F, A, C. And it sounds like this. Please review what you learned. Key signatures are an important clue for what notes or chords are used in a piece. Primary chords, 1, 4, and 5, are most used when harmonizing a piece. Pieces can modulate or change from one key to another closely related key, usually the dominant or 5 of the first key. Thank you for viewing. Feel free to go back in this video to review what you learned. Stay tuned for more Theory with Odessa.